Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, and sincere peace and salutation to all you hopefully let Akim out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity. Doing the work as YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI has commanded you to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but the father seed line goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Shalom. It's your brother Halaki from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI with another video. And the title of this video is going to be The Land Sabbath and Earthworms. And I got the inspiration of from this to do this video, all through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. But he led me across some gardening videos, man. And I was just like watching some gardening videos, and because you got a few brothers out here that have gardens, and I was just sending them videos to probably give them a little bit of tips and things that might help them out with their garden. And as I was doing research, I came across this one video, and this guy was going into the benefit of having earthworms in your garden. And I never knew this because growing up we don't learn about these things, but the worms in your garden, man, it helps your garden to grow and flourish even more. You see, and I just thought about the land Sabbath and how that works. So we're gonna start right here in Leviticus 25 and 1, and it reads, "And YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto YAHAWAH. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof." So we had 6 years that we can till and work the land, you see. But it says what in the fourth verse? It says what? "But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard." So we're supposed to get the land rest by what? Not sowing in the field, not doing anything to it. You see? Verse 5 says what? "Thou that which groweth of his own accord of thy harvest, thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of the vineyard undressed, for it is the year of rest unto the land." So whatever grew, it had to just be left there to grow. You couldn't harvest it and store it up. You had to just leave it there. Verse 6 says what? "And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee and for thy servant, and for thy maid, and for thy hired servant, and for thy stranger that sojourneth with thee." Now you could go and you could pick grapes here and there, but you couldn't just harvest everything off the land. You can go. You wanted to say you had some melons growing. You wanted to go get a melon, crack it open. You could do that. But to take everything up and just harvest the entire land, you couldn't do that. You had to leave most of it there. But you could go pick, whoever wanted to go pick some out of your garden or do that, you could do that. Verse 7 says what? "And for thy cattle and for thy cattle and for thy beasts that are in thy land shall all the increase thereof be meat." You see that? So they can go eat of it. And in this process of letting our land rest for a year, you will have grapes and things, and grapes and fruits and melons and vegetables. You will have them what? Be there. Now with these earthworms, the worms would eat these fallen fruit that fell to the ground. They would eat these fruit and take that stuff. They would digest, the matter back into the soil and turn the soil, and it would cause the soil to be even more rich, after that whole year was done. And this is the purpose of the land Sabbath, man. To let these earthworms do what they do, you see? To let the soil rest. The worms eating the food of this patch of land or whatever it may be, and putting that nutrients back in the soil. So the next time you plant on the land after that 7th year, things will grow back even more beautiful and luscious, man. You see? And man, let's get this video. Let's play this video, and we're going to see what the purpose of the earthworm is, man, so you can get a better understanding. So we're going to play it.
Small holes. Earthworms are vital for good soil. They aerate the soil as they move by burrowing small holes. They process organic matter in their bodies and return vital compounds to the soil.
You see, they process organic matter in their bodies, meaning what? The fruit and stuff that's not being harvested for that year, it's not going to stay ripe that year. It's going to decompose, and the worms are going to eat these things up to put it back, to put those vital compounds back into the soil, man, to make the soil more, to make the soil better. You see how everything of YAHAWASHI works in perfect harmony when you do it the right way. You see, but as we can see now, why is this not happening in Esau society, man? You see, let's get that real quick, because that's one I wanted to grab real quick. Because what? That's spelled yield wrong. Yup. This is let's go to it real quick. Genesis 4, and we'll start at 10. This is the Most High speaking to Cain after he murdered his brother Abel. This is Genesis 4 and 10. It says what? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood. And when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And this is what we see happening. These damn devils, these Edomites, they're under the curse of Cain, because in the spirit they are Cain. You see? This is why the earth is not yielding the strength unto these Edomites. This is why they have to make GMOs. You see? They have to do all these things because what? They're cursed from the earth. Because when you go back to the time when we was going into the land of Canaan, what did we see when we went into that land? We saw two big-ass Canaanites carrying a cluster of grapes. Two men had to carry a cluster of grapes, man. That ain't happening today. You can go pick up a bag of grapes and be by yourself, man. But in the ancient times, the land was yielding forth more of her strength, man. You see? But now that Esau is back is in power, you see, and he's up under that curse of Cain, nothing is yielding forth her strength. You see? This is what we see happening. And it also goes into this in Isaiah chapter 24. It says what? And it tells you exactly why this is happening. It says what? Isaiah 24 and 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. And this is another reason, man. Esau is not upholding the righteous ways of YAHAWASHI. You see? They're constantly planting and planting and planting on the land, never giving the land to rest, so it's not yielding forth its strength, man. You see? Why? Because they're not keeping the laws of YAHAWASHI. So going back to this video, so that just to put it out real quick to show you why things are not working the way they're supposed to be working, man. So you're supposed to give the land rest for a year, you see, for the soil to be built back up, for the earthworms to do what they need to do what the Most High created them to do, to eat the organic matter and put those nutrients back into that soil. So when you come at that next year, everything can grow bigger and better, man. You see?
Soil, increasing the nutrients available to plants. Let's take a closer look at how earthworms benefit your garden. 1. Improve soil nutrient availability. Earthworms help create humus, which is a dark brown black type of soil that holds important nutrients in place for plant growth and use. The worms feed on plant debris such as manure, grass, leaves, and dead roots, as well as the soil. The digestive system of the worm concentrates the mineral and organic compounds in the food they consume, so their casts become richer in available nutrients than in the soil around them. When worms die, the body of the worm decomposes rather quickly, which further contributes to the nitrogen content of the soil. 2. Better drainage. Earthworms also improve drainage and prevent soil erosion and waterlogging, as their extensive channeling and burrowing help to loosen and aerate the soil and improve soil drainage. Research has found that soil with earthworms drain as much as 10 times faster than soil without earthworms. 3. Improved soil structure. The casts of earthworms help to cement the soil particles together. These sticky substances glue the mineral particles together in the aggregates, and at the same time, in a kind of mutual relationship, the mineral particles help to protect the organic matter to some extent from microbial attacks, thus preserving it for a longer time in the soil. When your soil has worm castings, they help to improve the structure and fertility of every type of soil, even on reclaimed land that has little or no topsoil. As the castings are water-soluble, they have an immediate positive impact on plant growth. Now, how to attract earth...
So you see, that's the benefit of earthworms, man, and that's the benefit of having the land sabbath, to let these creatures do exactly what the Most High created them to do, man. You see, eating the organic matter, because they eat more things than leaves and grass and all that. Because if you got all these fruit laying around that's not being harvested, they're on the ground, the worms are going to eat through these things, man. To put those castings back into the soil, to make the soil better for the next planting season, man. You see? For that what? For that garden to grow even more beautiful, man. This is the beauty of YAHAWASHI, man. And I didn't even know earthworms had that much of importance in these type of things, man. But everything of YAHAWASHI works in perfect harmony, man. You see, and this is what we're going back to once we're in power, man. And by following the righteous ways of the Most High, it's going to cause everything we do to flourish, man. So everything we're going to do is going to flourish because we're going to do it the right way. You see? So let's keep going on this.
Worms to your garden. If you have no earthworms or very few, attracting them to your garden can allow you to take advantage of all their benefits. Add organic material.
You see that? The organic material, what is that? That's the fruit that's going to be sitting in the land for the entire year. You know? Just sitting there, stuff falling to the ground. If you're growing tomatoes or all those things, they're going to fall because what? They're going to be ripening. They're just going to fall off the vine to be on the ground, man. For the worms to do what? To come and eat these things up, to put nutrients in the soil, man. You see? These small creatures, man, they have a big benefit. You see, and when you do things the right way, they can do the job the Most High ordained them to do, man. You see? It's like organic matter, all that. You got lettuce sitting around, tomatoes sitting around, cucumbers sitting around. You see? They have all this food they can eat and just turn that soil and just make that soil better. So when you come back that next year to planting that soil, man, it's going to grow back beyond anything that you can imagine because what? You kept the land Sabbath according to what the Most High said to do. You see that? And that's the thing with you Edomites, man. You really think that you know what you're talking about. You're going to tell the Most High on his planet that he created what's the right way and what's the wrong way. You see? This is why you devils have to be removed out of power, man. Just watch the earth. Watch how the earth transforms once YAHAWASHI returns and puts us back in power, man. Watch how the earth transforms into a glorious beauty that the Most High created to be once we're back in power, man, and keeping these righteous ways forevermore. Just watch it, man. You see, watch the food gonna have even more nutrients, and you're gonna eat this food and be full, man. Now you ain't gonna have no damn overeating like you having now because you ain't getting nothing from the food. Everything that's meant to be in the food is gonna be in the food. Ain't gonna be no need to go to a health market to buy supplements, man, because you're gonna get that nutrients from the food that you're eating, as the Most High created it to be. You see, all these things are out of order. You see, because you Edomites are ruling, man. Let's get that real quick. The foundations of the earth, man, are out of course. Yep. Psalms 82:5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. And what's causing them to walk on in darkness? Because they're refusing to take heed to the righteous ways of the Most High. When you're not walking in the ways of the Most High, you're walking in darkness, man. You see? Psalms 82:5. And all the foundations of the earth are out of course. Why? Because you're not taking heed to the righteous ways of the Most High. You see? Let's keep going.
If there are few earthworms in your garden, it may be because your soil is compacted or low in organic material. You can add chopped leaves, straw, grass clippings, dead roots, semi-decomposed compost, and animal manure to your garden, which will allow worms to...
You saw that? You saw? The Most High said what? And the beasts of the field, they can come and eat out of this garden that's resting on the land Sabbath. And what are they going to be doing? They're going to be leaving manure in the garden, man, for the worms to eat through, to put that nutrients back into the soil, man. You see this? This is the beauty of YAHAWASHI at work, man. You see? These small creatures have such a great importance when you let them do what they're supposed to do, man. And when you follow the instruction of the way the Most High gave it to you, man. The land Sabbath works, man. And just watch when we're back in power, man. How big the fruit and things are gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, man. How healthy people are gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Thrive. Earthworms feed on soil and dead or decaying plant remains, including straw, leaf litter, and dead roots, as well as animal dung. Earthworms prefer damp and cool environments, but not too dry, too wet, or too cold. The thicker the soil canopy, the easier it will be to maintain those desirable conditions. Earthworms don't like acidic soils.
I think I was in on that, though, man. You get the point. Says what they need: a continual supply of calcium. So our absent in soil is lacking in this element. But the thing is, all these things are going to be back in the earth because the righteous rulers are going to set things up the right way, man. You see? So yeah, man, you get the point on that. So let's get let's get Exodus. Let's read about this land Sabbath over here in Exodus. Exodus 23 and 10. It says what? And 6 years thou shalt thou shalt sow thy land, and shalt gather in the fruits thereof. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still, that the poor of thy people may eat. And what they leave, the beasts of the field shall eat. You hear that? The worms are beasts of the field. In like manner thou shalt deal in like manner thou shalt deal with thy vineyard and with thy oliveyard. You see that? The same thing with your vineyard, with your oliveyard. You do the same thing, man. You got your oliveyard. You harvest it and reap it for 6 years, and on the 7th year you let it rest to do the same thing, man. Same thing with your vineyard. You harvest the grapes of your vineyard for 6 years. 7 years you let it rest. The worms come and do what they need to do. The beasts of the field come and do what they need to do. Laying that manure down for the worms to eat, to put it back into the soil so the soil can be even more nutrient rich. So the next planting season, everything can come back even better, man. You see? Call Allah YAHAWASHI. And by doing this, man, this is going to cause everything we do to flourish. And this is why we want the righteous ways of YAHAWASHI to be established upon the earth, man. You see? So yeah, man, I just wanted to bring that out real quick. Just some information I was interested in, man. I was in here, I was excited as hell, man. I was jumping around like, damn, this is dope, man. You know? Just to understand what this small creature can do once you leave it alone and let it do what the Most High created it to do, man. And the benefits of having these things, you see, in your gardens, and especially the gardens we're gonna have in the kingdom, humongous gardens going on for miles, you see. These creatures are going to be very beneficial, especially when we keep this land Sabbath as the Most High commanded us to do, man. Hey, just watch how the earth transformed with the Israelites empowered through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, man. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopefully let Akim out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI has commanded you to do. With that, I say shalom, wa, abad, babal.